Now we are going to see the second problem. Draw the root locus plot for the given open loop transfer function g of s h of s is equal to k divided by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2. Also find k at breakaway point. So we are going for the first step. What is the first step? First step is to find the number of poles and zeros. By analyzing this transfer function, we understand that this transfer function is having only poles and it is not having any zeros, and we are having three poles. One at s is equal to 0, another one s is equal to minus 1, and another one s is equal to minus 2. Second step is we are finding the number of separate root loci. The number of separate root loci is equal to number of poles. How many poles here we are having? We are having 3 poles. So we are having 3 separate root loci. Now we are going to find the starting and ending point of root locus. The root locus starts at pole and root locus ends at 0. So in this problem we are not having any 0. So the root locus will end at infinity. Next step is we are going to find the number of asymptote. Number of asymptote is equal to number of poles minus number of zeros. So number of poles, how many poles you are having here? 3 poles. And how many zeros you are having? We are not having any zeros. So number of asymptote is equal to number of poles. So Na is equal to 3. Now we are going to find the centroid. Centroid is nothing but sum of poles minus sum of zeros divided by number of poles minus number of zeros. So 0 minus 1 minus 2 minus 0 divided by 3. So minus 3 by 3 you are getting centroid as minus 1. Now we are going to find the number of the angle of asymptote. So the expression for angle of asymptote is nothing but theta k is equal to 2k plus 1 into pi divided by p minus z. P is nothing but number of pole and z is nothing but number of 0. What is k? K is nothing here. Now since you are having 3 asymptote, the number of the value of k is nothing but 0, 1 and 2. So now we are going to substitute the value of k in the value of theta k, and while substituting k is equal to 0, we are getting the angle as 60 degree, and when you are substituting k is equal to 1, we are getting the angle as 180 degree, and when you are substituting theta k is equal to 2, we are getting the value of 300 degree. So after finding the angle of asymptote, now we are going to find the breakaway point. So in order to find the breakaway point, first what we are going to do is first we are finding the characteristic equation. So in the what is characteristic equation? Characteristic equation is nothing but 1 plus g of s h of s is equal to 0. In the question they have given the value of g of s h of s. Now we are substituting the value of g of s h of s, and we are finding the characteristic equation. Here the characteristic equation what we are getting is nothing but s cube plus 3s square plus 2s plus k is equal to 0. Keeping k is in the left hand side and we are taking all other to the right hand side. So we are getting k is equal to minus of s cube plus 3s square plus 2s. So in order to find the breakaway point, we have to differentiate k with respect to s and we have to equate to 0. So while differentiation we are getting 3s square plus 6s plus 2 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. The roots of the quadratic equation we can find out by minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So by substituting the values we are getting the roots as s is equal to minus 0.42 and another one s is equal to minus 1.52. Now we have to check which one is a breakaway point. So in the graph we are making a small graph and we are plotting. So first you consider minus 0.42. When you are considering minus 0.42, only one pole is lying right to that 0.42. 1 is an odd number, so this point minus 0.42 is a breakaway point. Now we are considering minus 1.58. When you are taking minus 1.58, there are 2 poles lying in the right of right to that minus 1.58. So it is an even number. So it is not a breakaway point. So we have identified the breakaway point. Now we have to find the intersection of root locus on imaginary axis. So in order to find the intersection of root locus on imaginary axis, we have to write the characteristic equation, and from the characteristic equation we have to form the Routh array, and in Routh array we will be getting one row as 0, and that row we will be filling it, we will be taking the ancillary equation, and that ancillary equation we will be differentiating, and then we will be putting that value in that place. Okay, this is nothing but the Routh array. Okay, so from this Routh array, first we are going to calculate the value of k. So 6 minus k by 3 is equal to 0 we are taking. So when you are cross multiplying, you will be getting 6 minus k is equal to 0. So k is equal to 6. So here the ancillary equation is nothing but 3s square plus k. K value we have calculated it as 6. So we can write it as 3s square plus 6 is equal to 0. From that we are calculating the value of s. S we are getting as j 1.41 and minus j 1.41. This j 1.41 and the j minus 1.41 is a point at which our root locus will cross the imaginary axis. So next we are going to calculate the value of k at a breakaway point. So from breakaway point we are putting a line to all the poles, and we are calculating the length. Then we are multiplying the length of odd poles, and since there is no 0 in the denominator, we are putting 1. So we are getting k is equal to 0.385. Now I will explain how to draw the root locus. First point or first step in drawing the root locus is, first we have to take the graph, then we have to draw the real axis and imaginary axis. After drawing the real axis and imaginary axis, we have to plot the poles and zeros. In this problem, we are having only poles, that is s is equal to 0, we are having one pole, s is equal to minus 1, you are having another pole, then you are having s is equal to minus 2, you are having another pole, you are having only 3 poles. Then what you have to do is, you have to draw the centroid. Here the centroid is nothing but at minus 1. So after that we have calculated the angle of asymptote. So by placing the protractor at the centroid, we are drawing the angle of asymptote. After drawing the angle of asymptote, we have to mark the breakaway points, and then we have to mark the point at which the root locus is crossing the imaginary axis. Okay. So in this particular problem, here we are having three separate root loci. One root loci is from 0 to minus 1, another one is from minus 2 to infinity, and the third one is starting at breakaway point, and it is traveling parallel to the asymptote. Okay. One important point you should remember, our root locus will travel parallel to the asymptote. Okay. So this is the method for drawing the root locus.